We're joined here at ringside by former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world and HBO boxing analyst Lennox Lewis. And Lennox, when you take a look at Zab Judah, this is a guy born and raised in Brooklyn. Back in November, he moved here to Las Vegas full-time. He says he's refocused. Are you buying it?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that says they're refocused and actually came to the mecca of boxing, which is here, they're really taking it serious. And this is a great place to take it serious too, because there's no nightclubs. You have to focus on boxing. And he said for anybody out there that's looking to see him get tired, he's in great shape and they're going to be waiting a long time. So he's very happy about being here. And he said what really made him stand up and notice is because his daughter came to him and said that, you know, she's going to be wanting a car soon. And he said, well, you know, she's only 16. So, you know, he really opened up and said he had to focus on his fight and make some money. Yeah, his daughter is going to turn 16. She's taking driver's ed classes. She said, I'm going to get my permit. Dad, you got to get back to work and start focusing. He's going to do that. Max Kellerman rejoins us here at ringside. Max, Joshua Clottey is someone that, you know, went 12 rounds with Antonio Margarito. He's got a very good resume, but it always seems like he's just below the surface. How does he fit into all this, and can he be a live challenge here for Zab Judah tonight?
Absolutely. In fact, I think most in boxing feel that this fight will ultimately be, again, between Clottey and Judah, will ultimately be a celebration of substance, Joshua Clottey, over style, Zab Judah. Thing is, Zab Judah used to be the undisputed welterweight champion of the world. And you can't get to be that with smoke and mirrors alone. You just watched Margarito beat Cotto, Antonio Margarito become welterweight champ because he wanted it more than the other guy. Zab Judah says a loss at this point in his career would be tragic. He told us that yesterday. Who wants it more? Who in the end, Bob, really wants it more? That will decide this fight.
Well, we have 12 rounds to decide it. We're getting set for the main event. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape for Zab Judah and Joshua Clottey. Both men will turn 31 in the month of October. Height negligible, reach slight advantage for Clottey. At the weigh-in, Judah 143 pounds, Clottey 147. Clottey is rehydrated, some 9 pounds. Judah has added 4 on. Now time for the rules with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
The Zab Judah-Joshua Clottey fight is scheduled for 12 rounds using the unified rules of the Association of Boxing Commissions. There is no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight. In case it is caused by an accidental headbutt, we go to the scorecards after 4 rounds have been completed, and you cannot be saved by the bell of any round, including the 12th and final round. Bob!
And here comes Zab Super Judah. Max, he was supposed to fight Shane Mosley. He had to get 50 stitches in his right arm. He hasn't been in the ring since last November, but he's in great shape. He seems very relaxed, and he seems the same old confident Zab Judah.
You know, Zab Judah was criticized in the past for beating the likes of Omar Weiss and Junior Witter and Mickey Ward in ways that people felt weren't as dominant as they should have been given his talent. Once upon a time, Judah would be a heavy favorite over someone like Clottey. Those days have passed, but Bob, if he looks good here tonight, if he escapes even with a win, Margarito will likely be next.
Lennox, he told us he's going to go back to his Mickey Ward style. Forget about trying to knock people out. Fought Mickey Ward in 1998. Can you get seduced by the power when you start putting people to sleep?
Yeah, I mean, if you go in there and you're knocking out guys in the first round, then that seems easy. You don't really have to do a lot of work. So the next fight that you go in, that's what you want to do. But a lot of guys are difficult to knock out in the first round. So that's what he had problems with, because you can't knock out everybody in the first round. You got kind of relaxed. Now he said to himself he wants to refocus and go in there and throw more combinations and start off and use his jab a lot more. So this is what we expect in this fight.
A very confident Zab Judah, 30 years of age, into the ring, awaiting his opponent tonight, Joshua Clottey. Got under Zab Judah's skin leading up to this, making all kinds of boastful claims that he's going to handle him with ease and that he's not worried about him. Normally it's Judah that gets under the other guy's skin, but it seems to have worked in reverse, Max.
The skin, I don't think here is as important as the chin. Zab has had his chin dented, and Clottey can punch.
Joshua Clottey's nickname is the Heater. Since he's been in the United States, it's been morphed into the Hitter. He says he prefers the Heater. Lennox, does he have enough heat to extinguish Zab Judah?
Absolutely. This guy is always in great shape, and he's a really nice young man as well, and he's always going to keep the pressure. And when it comes to defense, he's got great defense as well. It's really tight. He'll rather let you throw punches, and he'll rather block him and come back. But he's definitely going to be in good shape. He's not going to tire, and he's coming to win.
You guys like the Hitter or the Heater better?
I like the Heater.
I like the Hitter. I like the mistranslation better, I think.
It's the Heater because it's always getting warmer and warmer.
You know, we asked him about his purse for this fight, which is sizable but not off the charts, and he said, hey, listen, until I'm a champion of the world, I don't have any right to complain. He's been saving all his money to build a house back in Ghana, and he says, my time will come. My time will come.
And it may be right now. Joshua Clottey, I have considered over the last year, year and a half, an elite welterweight in a very, very good welterweight division. He has a chance here to cement that claim tonight.
All right, we are set for our main event. Time for the formal introductions. Here's our ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Pearl at the Palms Resort and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada, we welcome you to an evening of boxing after dark, being brought to you by Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated, in association with La Cerveza Tecate, Tecate Cerveza with Attitude, Affliction Clothing, and HBO Sports. These bouts are being sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Chairman is John Bailey. Commissioners, Skip Avancino Jr., Bill Brady, TJ Day, and Pat Lundvall. Executive Director is Keith Kaiser. Keeping track of time and knockdowns, we have Steve Esposito along with Mike Lasella. And our physicians at ringside, Doctors James Game, David Watson, Al Campana, and Damon Zavala. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant IBF Welterweight Championship of the World. Supervising for the IBF, Al Lucas. The judges scoring the bout should it reach the distance. From Nevada, Dwayne Ford. From Pennsylvania, George Hill. And also out of Nevada, Glenn Trowbridge. Third man in the ring, referee Robert Bird. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the fighter in the blue corner. He steps into the ring clad in burgundy trunks trimmed in black. He weighed in officially at 143 pounds. As a professional, he has compiled an impressive record consisting of 36 victories, with only 5 losses, 25 victories by way of knockout, and 2 no contests, including 4 world titles. The former junior welterweight, former undisputed welterweight, and former super welterweight champion of the world. Representing Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, Zab Judah. His opponent across the ring in the red corner. He steps in wearing the colors of his homeland, red, gold, and green. He weighed in at the welterweight limit of 147 pounds, with a professional record consisting of 34 victories, with only 2 losses, 21 of those victories coming by way of knockout, and 1 no contest. The #1 ranked welterweight contender in the world, fighting out of Accra, Ghana, Joshua Clottey.
One and one.
All right, Mr. Judah, Mr. Clottey, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. This fight will be cleanly, competitively contested. Nothing else will be acceptable. If I tell you to stop, what that means is stop whatever you're doing, give me a clean break. Protect yourselves at all times. Let's do it.
Given Zab Judah's rules infractions of the past, the referee's instructions seem to be directed directly at him. Does Zab have the discipline to box patiently for 12 rounds? Does Clottey have the speed to catch Zab Judah?
Clottey told us, I've trained to stand on him, stay on him early. I bet you I'll even split the early rounds with him, and then I'll take over. Judah weighed in at 143 pounds. He said, if this guy and his entire game plan is just waiting for me to get tired, he's in for a lot of trouble. We are underway. Zab Judah and Joshua Clottey. You've seen Judah before get off to the fast starts and then fade. Says it will be different tonight. Sticks a left hand to the body of Clottey.
That's important for Zab to get his punches in there early, because he said he wants to start fast. And while Clottey's waiting for him to get tired, you know, he's already up on the rounds, and that's what he wants to do, get a lot of rounds in the bank.
Right away, Zab is throwing the right jab as opposed to just pawing with it, waiting to counter with the left uppercut, as he frequently does. But Clottey, with his hands high and his elbows tucked, is picking that jab off.
Well, we heard from Judah and how much better shape he's in and more focused and more disciplined. About 10 minutes ago, I was in the hallway and I ran into Kevin Kelly, the former champ, Flushing Flash. And he said he's been sparring with Judah, and he said, Bob, I'm telling you, he really has gotten better and he's sharper. We'll find out if it plays out in the ring.
Stop, stop, stop. Let him out. Stop. Let him out, let him out, let him out. There you go. Come on.
Again, it's Judah trying to work the jab. According to the CompuBox numbers, he's thrown 35 jabs already here in round one.
Watch your feet, guys. Watch your feet.
I think the jab is a prime weapon for Zab, because he's used it in his past fights, and it's always helped him to set up his combination punching, and it helps him develop into the fight and set the pace for the fight as well.
Although there we saw, I think, a dangerous signal from Zab, maybe frustrated that the jab isn't landing. He looked simply to counter with a left uppercut, catch Clottey coming in. We see Zab use that to great effect early in fights, and then if he can't take his guy out of there, kind of stops boxing.
Clottey has not shown much offense here in round number one, which he did tell us. He said, you know, we'll see how it's going in round one, and then we'll make the adjustment necessary.
Yeah, I never really judge a person in the first round, always after the second round, because the first round is always a warm-up, test-out round to see what the other person's doing.
Judah using his jab here in round number one. And then he ties up Clottey, who tries to bore his way in.
You're doing good. You're doing good. You're doing good. Let the left touch him. Let the left touch him. That's you go forward and let your left go. Let your left go. Try and cut him off. 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 And then when you cut him off, and then correct it with the left, and then what? Go to the body. Go to the body. Go to the body.
Keith, you got that, right? Yeah. Headbutt, no cut. Speed back in. All right, let's go, guys. So give me circles up the ropes. Joshua.
So he gets set for the start of round number 2. Zab Judah, although not landing at a high percentage, used his jab in round number 1. That was the extent of his offense. Let's see what kind of adjustment now Clottey would make against the southpaw Judah. Well, the 65 punches thrown in round number 1 by Judah, 57 of them were jabs. Lennox, what should Clottey start doing? We've seen Judah work the jab. What should Clottey do now to get his offense out of the barn and going?
Well, you know, when you look at both boxers, Zab Judah has more natural boxing ability and quickness. Clottey is a little stiff than he should be. That's why he needs to get that jab going. But like I said, I told you his defense is very tight. He'd rather receive a punch on his arms while he's blocking his head and come back. That's his style of boxing. Not necessarily, it's very effective for him, but you know, whether it's effective in this fight, you're gonna have to see it later on in the rounds.
Yeah, during our fighter meeting, Jesse, he held up both of his hands. He just had his forearms there and said, right here. He's gonna hit that a lot. Digs to the body for the left hand. Does Clottey.
I believe Clottey should be given even more pressure on Zab. Push him right against the ropes.
Let's not forget Josh Clottey is someone who was beating Antonio Margarito toe-to-toe over the first half of their fight. Claimed he injured his hands over the second half, and that's what slowed him down. Nevertheless, he fought Antonio Margarito close and tough.
I believe he went for a 5-mile run before that as well.
Clottey's 2 losses to Margarito and to Carlos Baldemir. He was disqualified for a clash of heads in a fight that he had the lead in.
See, Clottey's trying to get Zab to throw some punches and waste his energy. But while Zab's throwing the punches, he needs to block him and come back.
Not enough transition between offense and defense, or defense and then offense.
He's almost blocking it and then deciding, okay, now I'm going to start some offense. But he should be doing that, you know, straight away.
All things considered, guys, these two are really both natural counter-punchers, and they're making a pretty decent fight so far through a round and a half, 2 rounds, considering that they both like to wait for their opponent to lead.
Clottey shoots a couple of right hands. Again, Judah back with the jab, doubling and tripling up with the jab. Clottey wide with that left hook.
Break clean, no punching. Step back.
See, Clottey's stepping in, he's close to Judah. He should be throwing more punches. He's actually stepping and not throwing the punches.
You good. You keep boxing. Give me time. Wipe your nose. Let me see. No good. You look good. Ravi on the grease on his face. Oh, you got him. Here, give me water. Yo, how you feel? Good. Listen, you got to keep boxing. He's trying to get you in little corners on the rope, then he's trying to go off. He's throwing one shot at a time. Yeah. Jab, a hook, a straight. He do this here. He leads with the right hand. So keep your hands up. You all right? What's the matter? Yeah. He know. Just jab. You got 2 in the back. Yeah. All right, just keep boxing. Don't look slow, but yo, when he come in, make him feel it. Boom, sometimes, boom, boom, boom. Then look, I want that left hand right there.
Let your punches slide. Let it go down. Let it go down. Don't let it slide. Don't let it slide. Keep going to the body. He can't take it no more. He can't take the body shots. You're good with the body shots. Can't take that.
So the corner of Joshua Clottey saying, work that body. Work that body. Let's see if he can work that body. Zab Judah has used his jab. He threw 57 jabs in round 1, 51 jabs in round number 2. Sticks a right hand and then moves away, does Judah. Clottey blocking most of that. And they get tangled up. Judah, the combination, some of it blocked, but it excites the crowd.
See, for Joshua Clottey, he needs to be going to the body a lot more, because right now he's just head hunting. And I know he's going to find more openings if he goes to the body and then the head.
Right hand did snap back the head of.
And he did say in the fighters meeting that he's going to go to the body a lot more.
Your hands free, there you go.
So we're still waiting to see it.
We're starting to see Clottey's straighter, more technically correct punches do some damage on Judah.
Why don't you get out? Hands free.
There he chops a couple of lefts at Judah.
Stop. Let him out. Here we go.
That's what Clottey said, one of the things that he felt would work in his advantage. Judah can get a little wide with his punches, and my straight punches will find the mark. Judah keeps circling to his right.
Let him up. Stop. Step out.
Zab, for all of his did you see that kind of defensive maneuvers that he's able to pull off, is hittable. He pulls straight back from punches. His feet at times get too close together, and he suffers from the curse of the gifted. He's able to get away with things. Against world-class fighters, elite fighters like Josh Clottey, it can cost him.
And Clottey's doing the right thing. If you notice his footwork, his left foot is on the outside of Zab's foot, and he's got Zab in the middle. So anytime he's throwing punches, Zab is in the pocket to receive them, when Zab really needs to put that right foot on the outside of Joshua Clottey's feet and stay away from him. He'll get away from his punches a lot quicker.
Nice defensive move there by Judah to get off the ropes before Clottey could provide an assault.
That's what I mean, Bob. He makes that nice kind of eye-catching move. Meanwhile, Clottey is landing that straight right hand against the southpaw Judah in a textbook way, and Judah's face is starting to show some of the results.
See, where Clottey has his feet, that's the right place to have it, on the southpaw, on the outside.
Clottey with a reaching right hand as we come to the end of the third round, scheduled for 12. Zab Judah and Joshua Clottey.
When you go to the body, bring it up, and also use the left, use the right. Go through, punch through with the right hand, go through with the right hand. The right hand, go to the body, and then use the right hand right through. Let the right hand come up. Let it come up. All right.
Thought it would come behind the head. The ear, hit the ear. Then go, clear behind the head. Here you go, all right? Fang go around the ear, come up the knees. Roll. Hey, you can stay with him.
He wanted to block over there.
Yeah, he want to block, and he want to counterpunch. That's what he do. Come on. But don't give it to him. When you get in close, shoot. Get out.
Second out,
You're in good shape. Keep up.
Second out, mouthpiece.
Zab Judah and Joshua Clottey getting ready to embark upon round number 4. Judah has used his jab so far in the fight effectively. Let's get Harold Letterman's scorecard.
Okay, Bob, I got it 2 rounds to 1. 29-28, Zab Judah. Bob, I got to tell you something. To me, Joshua Clottey's fighting like a guy that's in a major fight and doesn't want to fight. I mean, for 2 rounds, he did nothing but stand there and look at the guy. In the 3rd round, he landed some nice right hands. I thought he may have eked out Zab in the 3rd round, but Zab's doing all the fighting in this fight. Clottey's doing this, just what you see. I mean, this is a major fight, guys. Come to fight. 2-1, Judah.
Good right hook to the body, then Clottey followed back up with a right hand of his own.
You know, something about what Harold just said. Clottey is a natural counterpuncher and has always looked better when a fighter comes to him. Judah's elusive style and hand speed in the early part of the fight, people anticipated maybe Clottey wouldn't look great. It's by the middle rounds, as we're starting to see in the last 2 rounds. Still kind of early, actually.
Correct.
Where Clottey was expected to do better, and he is.
Clottey's complaining about a low blow. Referee Robert Berg says, fight on. Looks like that angered Clottey as he stepped in with a 1-2. Well, we've seen Zab Judah look very good in early parts of fights before.
I want to go back to the footwork again, because when Zab is trying to get away, he has to step over Clottey's foot to get out of there. And if he doesn't step over his foot, he's going to trip.
Judah's face is a little bit of a mess already. Someone's landing punches in his face.
Just spit out a little blood, too. Did Zab Judah. Nice combination by Clottey. Judah ducks away from danger.
We also do see a little bit of a different Zab Judah here in the sense that in the past when he's been hit like this, he stops fighting. Here, he's fighting hard.
But he's in this round, he has taken some good right hands. There's an uppercut from Clottey, just short with the right. Tries a right cross that Judah turned away from, and you see blood coming from the nose of Judah. Right hand again from Clottey.
See Zab still staking out the center of the ring, still throwing punches with mustard on them.
The heavier punches of Clottey starting to wear on Judah.
And the cleaner punches, Bob. He's landing the clean shots, Josh Clottey is.
End of round number 4 in this 12-round welterweight showdown. Earlier tonight, we got to look at lightweight prospect Anthony Peterson out of Washington, D.C. He's 23 years of age, 27-0 with 19 knockouts coming into the action tonight, taking on veteran Javier Jauregui of Guadalajara, Mexico. 53 wins, although the prime of Jauregui's career came at a much lighter weight. He was campaigning at lightweight. Peterson, with good footwork throughout the course of the fight, won a unanimous decision against Javier Jauregui to pick up his 28th career win against no defeats.
And when you get low, when you get inside, get low. Keep hitting them behind the ear. Right there. Up to the rib. Behind the ear. Run the uppercut. Let's go. Run.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Mouthpiece, mouthpiece. Round 5, guys. Round 5.
Round number 5 underway. Joshua Clottey's heavier punches exacting a toll on Zab Judah over the last round and a half. Lennox, is Clottey still a little too focused on hitting Judah in the head and not concentrating on some body work?
Well, you know, he should be hitting him more in the body, but Judah's very elusive, and he's not an easy guy to hit. So, you know, Clottey, I notice, waits till he gets right close to him before he really throws a lot of punches. But he wants to make sure that he hits Judah, so he's really being sparingly with his punches. Clottey does a nice move where he comes out with a quick right hand and try and catches Zab by surprise, and it's worked a couple times.
Clottey now works the body after Judah scored a combination. Zab goes straight back, but Clottey didn't make him pay that time.
What we're seeing here is a superior boxer, Josh Clottey, beating up a superior athlete in Zab Judah. Zab is trying to do all the right things. He's throwing the jab oftentimes, not just pawing with it. He's going to the body with both hands, as he just did. He's staking out the middle of the ring. He may just not have the tools in that toolbox to get the job done against an elite welterweight like Clottey.
You see Clottey, when Zab comes with that right hook, he just kind of like smiles at you and comes right back.
Good left and right to the body by Clottey.
It's easy to always think that the if only the more talented guy would apply himself, and Judah's more talented. But at this point in their careers, it's not as though Judah is going to become more skilled suddenly than a craftsman like Clottey.
Watch your hands, watch your hands.
Judah just stepped in nicely with a lead left to the body.
Let him go, Vlad. Let him go, let him go. Punch him out.
Easy to think the heavily muscled Clottey with a nickname The Hitter is just a puncher, but he is a skilled counter-puncher. And here, an effective, aggressive pressure fighter.
And he reaches with that right hand.
And you know, he does it at a perfect time. He does it when Zab kind of sits back and puts down his hand a bit, and then Clottey comes with that overhand right.
It says on the back of Clottey's trunks, hitter. He said because of the accent, people have mistaken heater for hitter, but he's started to turn up the heat and he's starting to hit. Zab digs with a combination to punctuate the end of round number 5. Clottey waves him off.
Joshua, you're waiting for him. You're waiting too much. You have the advantage. You have the advantage. Go to the body. You're going to the body. Go to the body. He can take the body shots. You're going here and left. Get him in the head and the body. The head goes, the body goes. The head goes, the body goes. But you're waiting too much. You're making too much. You're waiting.
Keep the punches up. He's like that, Zab. Right? He's leaping. He's coming. He's leaping with that right hand. That's all he got. Right here or hook.
Exactly like you're doing.
Give me the time. Look at the Making the mix good, right?
Yeah. Exactly. The speed killer.
Speed. You just speed and box that sharp. Don't stand there, bang.
Round 6. Round 6. We're halfway.
Round number 6 underway for Joshua Clottey and Zab Judah. Welterweights. 12 rounds to decide it. Bob Papa, Lennox Lewis, Max Kellerman, ringside here at the Palms in Las Vegas. Started the evening off with the rebroadcast of Cotto Margarito. Antonio Margarito here watching this fight.
See what Zab is doing there. This is great. Turning, throw a combination, again, get out of the way. Always keeping moving. You know, this is the first time in the 6th round I've seen Zab hold, so he's getting a little weary in there. But he's been throwing a lot of punches as well. He's in against a strong man, Joshua Clottey. Always in your face. He's coming at you, and he's got a great defense. Most of the time when Zab throws a punch and he's hitting Joshua's hands, you know, he's got to find that open spot and try and hit it.
You free up your hands, guys.
Judah doubles up that right hand. Fires a left. Here's some of the defense of Clottey.
This is as good as Zab Judah can fight, and he's fighting really well right now. And it just has the feeling of Margarito and Cotto last week, where the more talented, more elusive athlete is being broken down by the tougher.
Judah a little low with that punch. And Clottey's going to get time to regroup. Referee Robert Byrd has not deducted a point. And Clottey showing his true temperament, does not milk it. He says, I'm fine now, let's go. Well, Max, you were ringside last week. We saw that even when Cotto was winning a round, he was getting broken down. It reminded me of Meldrick Taylor, Julio Cesar Chavez, the first fight back in 1990.
And Cotto's face resembled Judah's around the same point of the fight. You know, that said, this is a good, honest effort by Zab Judah. He is trying to make the most of this opportunity. Of course, with the welterweight champion Antonio Margarito watching, even if Zab could somehow figure out a way to win this fight, does anyone think that he has a chance if fed to the animal Margarito?
Straight right from Clottey. Judah rips a right and a left, hooks to the body and scores. Clottey blocks that entire sequence to the head.
See, Zab's throwing some great shots, but they're being blocked, and you know, he's using up a lot of energy up against Clottey's arms, and you know, they're going to take effect later on down the road.
That said, he won that round. Judah did.
All right, Clottey said he got hit low. Take a look at it right here. It was under the belt line. It was on the hip. But it looked like it was under the belt line. Referee Robert Bird gave Clottey time to regroup.
Step around. Listen, you're getting hit with lead right here because you're pulling straight back. You know what I mean? Hit him out. Don't put. When you get through, drop. Stay low. When you come in, meet him, drop. Just stay low. Circles. All day. That's all you got to do. Come on with that jab. Start with the jab, and finish with it.
Feel good, Zab. Feel good. Boxing.
Yeah, you're playing the waiting game. You got to let your hand go. Go left and right. You got to double up. You're playing the waiting game. You got to be serious. It looks like you're playing game.
So Joshua Clottey and Zab Judah getting set for the start of round number 7. Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored?
Okay, Bob, 3 rounds apiece, 57-57. I got it all even. You know, Bob, at the end of the day, you score boxing. At the end of the round, you say, who did more damage? And certainly, in rounds 3, 4, and 5, Joshua Clottey, the stronger guy, did more damage. He busted up Zab Judah, won 3 rounds in a row. In round 6, Zab hit him and moved. He gave him angles. He did a nice job, just like Max said. He absolutely won round 6 by hitting him and moving, and that's what he's got to do. Not stand in front of this big, strong guy. 3-3.
All right, Harold, then Clottey got back to what he did in the first 2 rounds, which was ineffective, Lennox, where there was no transition between defense and offense. And there was very little offense.
Well, you know, his trainer told him he needs to start picking it up, and this is the right time to pick it up too. In the 6th round, giving him a little more pressure and moving more after Zab.
I mean, Zab is digging some terrific body shots, especially the right hook to the body. And really not really not going gently into that night. What's the line, Bob? Robert Frost.
Do not go
gently into that good night. That's right. He's not going gently.
I got you.
And in fact, over the last round and a half, it doesn't seem like he's going at all, and that's to Zab's credit.
Reminds me of a comment you made in the rebroadcast that you made live last week, in the sense that Cotto was hitting Margarito with the cleaner shots, but Margarito was taking them better than Cotto was taking Margarito's shots.
That does seem to be the difference here. Zab badly hurting in the corner now.
Clottey puts together a combination, but Judah does a nice move there to tie up Clottey and get away from danger. Mistake by Clottey.
Tremendous left uppercut from Zab on the inside.
That punch actually missed it. It was almost there, but Clottey caught that on his arms.
I'd hate to get missed by a punch like that, Lennox.
Clottey has to be careful. Although he's applying the pressure, he's still walking straight in.
It's a better round for Clottey than what we saw in round 6, though. Judah trying to create some angles.
Zab Judah's being the elusive counter-puncher right now, and, you know, he needs to be applying a little more pressure himself and throwing some do what he was doing earlier, throwing those combinations and then move and show him a different angle.
Judah ducks away from danger after throwing 2 jabs. Power punches landed in the round according to CompuBox. Clottey with the edge.
Big right hand from Clottey.
Again.
It's, of course, Dylan Thomas and not Robert Frost, Bob, who said do not go gently. But Zab isn't here. He's really showing a lot of heart in this fight, something he's been criticized for in the past.
And to the 7th.
Come on. That's... Let the hands go. Let the hands go. Let the hands go. Let the hands go. Don't wait for him. When you get the chance and you're waiting, you're going to miss it. You'll lose it. Let your hands go. Let your hands go. Let your hands go.
You go straight. You need that lead right here. You got to keep your hands up. You'll catch it all day. All right? You got your hand. Your left. Right here.
And here we see Clottey throwing those uppercuts in close. Zab had his head straight there, waiting to receive the punches. And here we go with a nice end off with a right hand. And this is a little end of the flurry of the last round.
You know, we talk about the endurance and stamina. Judah talking about not fading. Guys, in the last round, according to CompuBox, Judah threw only 27 punches, and he only threw 18 jabs. In the early part of the fight, he was throwing as many as 50 jabs in a round. Left hand from Clottey to start the round. Tries to measure Judah with a right.
See, the thing here, Judah can't afford to get hit with any silly shots right now because all those shots are going to be taking energy from him, and he needs to conserve his energy against this big, strong man like Joshua Clottey.
See if that conditioning, that newfound focus pays dividends for Judah. Punch output in the last round had quite a drop-off for Judah.
See, this is what Judah should be doing. Throwing that jab, staying out of range, giving him different angles, moving and not getting hit.
In a way, guys, this is Judah's most impressive performance. He's in against a determined, aggressive, strong, top-notch welterweight. And he's not fighting just to show you, look, I'm tough, I'm still fighting. He is trying to win this fight, Zab Judah.
Free up, there you go.
Does he have enough in the tank for 12 rounds?
Speaking of Robert Frost, he has miles to go before he sleeps, Zab Judah. There's a long way to go still.
Judah just missed a counter left hand after Clottey tried to shoot a right. Left hand caught the chin of Judah, then he spins out of danger. Clottey looks unmarked.
See, Zab's punch count has really gone down low. He needs to get his hands moving again. He's allowing Clottey to impose his will on him.
Free up your hands.
And the blood
Yeah, you know,
from the nose of Judah.
When a man's bleeding and also moving around, it makes it very difficult to breathe in there. So he may be having a breathing problem right now. That's why you see Zab's mouth is open a little bit, which is dangerous as well, because you don't want to get caught on the chin while your mouth is open.
Zab is still trying to box in circles and turn Clottey. He's working both hands to the body. He's trying to set punches up off his right jab.
Judah with a combination, digs to the body of Clottey. Uppercut was blocked, left hand gets blocked. The crowd loves it, a lot of it blocked. But is he stealing the round? Good finish to the round for Zab Judah.
Great finish for the round.
On August the 8th, catch the premiere of Hard Knocks, training camp with the Dallas Cowboys, a 5-week reality series with unprecedented access to the practice fields and meeting rooms as both veterans and rookies fight for roster spots. Wade Phillips and company, T.O., Jerry Jones, don't want to miss it. What happens when Donald Trump invades a small, quiet Scottish coastal town to develop a new golf course? Hear what Donald and residents of the town have to say about it on the next Real Sports on August the 26th.
Don't worry about it. You got about 9 minutes. Just keep boxing. Box.
Joshua, you're delaying, and by delaying, you're giving him the strength. You're giving him the power to come back. You're delaying, Joshua.
Round number 9 in the scheduled 12-rounder. Neither man has been down. Judah had early control using the jab and movement. Clottey started walking him down.
Very impressed with Zab so far. It's just the kind of fight that you'd expect Zab to have the fight beaten out of him in. He's not only fighting and going into the teeth of the storm, but he's maintained his game plan. He's still trying to implement his game plan that he and his camp feel will be a winner. Turning Clottey, boxing in tight circles as best he can. It's an impressive show of determination from Zab Judah.
But is it enough to win?
Let me go, jab.
You know, also, he's showing his experience as well, especially in that last round, because, you know, he wanted to win it, and he did. It came in like he almost stole it.
I still gave it to Clottey. I was with Harold on that one. Now it looks like a cut along the right eye of Judah. There's more blood. Yep, cut on the right eyelid of Zab Judah. And it's being ruled a clash of heads. Robert Byrd said an accidental clash of heads. If this fight gets stopped because of that cut, which was ruled accidental clash of heads, they would go to the scorecard since we're past round 4.
I don't know.
Well, you just heard the doctor say he can't see, so the fight is being stopped. Accidental clash of heads. Clottey's camp is rejoicing as if they've won, but they have to go to the scorecards. Clottey is being raised in exultation. The Judah family is up in arms. Clottey has now made a gesture at Judah, which did not endear himself to the Judah clan. You see that cut on the right eye. Robert Byrd said, saw him point to the commission, headbutt.
Now the fact that Zab continued to box as well as he could and maybe win some of those middle rounds could come into play.
Harold, I saw Robert Byrd say clash of heads, so despite Clottey's excitement, they got to go to the cards.
If you go to the cards, you got to score the 9th round. You score the partial rounds in a fight like this. Zab Judah did nothing in the 9th round. He absolutely gave that away. So, I mean, it's another round in the back for Joshua Clottey. I think he's had on the scorecards.
CompuBox numbers, Judah only landed 2 of 6 punches in whatever was the 9th round. CompuBox had Clottey 9 of 28 in that round. You see that bad cut opened up over the eye of Judah. And Robert Byrd, the referee, immediately told the commission when he escorted Judah over to the ringside position, it was a clash of heads. It did not come from a punch. Thus, we're going to go to the scorecards. And the 9th round, as Harold told us, is scored. Partial round, not a lot had happened. Judah did almost nothing in the round, 2 of 6, and they were all jabs. Clottey was 8 of 27 on power punches, according to CompuBox, in that 9th round. 9 of 28 overall. So most likely on that partial round, you're going to give that round to Clottey because Judah did almost nothing. We're going to take a look at some replays here. It looks like a headbutt or a clash of heads. It's ruled an accidental clash of heads. Opened up the cut or started the cut originally. The cut is over the right eye of Judah. Or is it this punch coming up right here? Didn't look like Judah at that point had reacted as if there was any cut when the heads came together. Was it that punch right there, that short left hand?
That looked like the punch because of the way how he reacted from that, and he seems like he's shielding that right eye. That was the punch. It was an uppercut.
Good job by our production crew. It didn't look like the clash of heads.
Here it is. Boom.
That left hand.
That was it.
That's where the cut was open. The heads were together earlier, but if there was a cut earlier when the heads were together, Judah might have probably reacted. All right, we go to the scorecards. Partial round scored, the 9th. Let's get the judges' scorecards from our ring announcer, Lupe Contreras.
Ladies and gentlemen, after consulting with the ringside physician, referee Robert Byrd stops this bout due to an accidental clash of heads at 1:22 of round number 9. And in accordance with the rules of the Nevada State Athletic Commission, we go to the scorecards to determine a winner. Judge George Hill scores about 86 to 85. Dwayne Ford, 87 to 84. And Judge Glenn Trowbridge scores about 86 to 85 for the winner by way of unanimous decision. And now, the IBF welterweight champion of the world, from Accra, Ghana, Joshua the Hater Clottey.
So the judges all had Joshua Clottey ahead at the time of the stoppage. Replays showed a left hand in there, Lennox, that looked like it opened the cut. It was ruled, though, an accidental clash of heads. That's why they went to the scorecards. You see the cut on the right eye of Zab Judah. The doctor said he could not continue. Let's take a look at the final punch stats through the 8+ rounds and a little bit into the 9th round.
And you know, I would love to see that clash of heads because I'm still wondering where it was.
Well, the way Judah sort of, when the heads came together, it really didn't look like Judah reacted in any way that he was cut at that point. But when that left hand came in,
you actually seen the blood or the tear come off of Judah's eye, and then he reacted by holding his right hand up against his eye, showing that, you know, something definitely hurt his eye, and it was that left uppercut.
Final punch numbers, you see that Judah was slightly busier, although that was much earlier in the fight. Clottey closed that gap as the fight went on. Clottey landed at 31%. Judah did all of his work with the jab, especially early in the fight. But as you take a look at the power numbers, that was decidedly in Joshua Clottey's favor, as he threw many more and landed 114 lower percentage, but much busier. Joshua Clottey gets the victory. He's now 35-2. He's with Max Kellerman.
Congratulations, Joshua Clottey. You fought a tough and determined former champion. Grade your own performance.
Well, I can say that everybody thought Zab Judah is going to get tired in round 4 because they all think that he always shot gas, but it proved me that he really a former champion because he really boxed well, everything, trust me.
Did he surprise you, or how did you feel in the 8th round when he seemed to land some of those power shots? Did he hurt you at any time?
Yeah, you know, he never hurt me, trust me. He never hurt me. Even Margarita was punching me, I'm still there. Margarita can punch more than Zab, but Zab get power, trust me.
You're saying Margarito did hurt you when you fought Margarito, and
in my boxing life, nobody hurt me. I'm telling you the truth, nobody hurt me.
You seem to be able to hit him with those lead right hands starting from about the 3rd round on. What was your game plan?
I learned that from Mayweather. When Mayweather was fighting, Mayweather just living that right. So I learned that, and you know, I get a sharp right. That's why I use that.
You seem to not believe that it was a headbutt that caused the cut. We'd like you to take a look and tell us what you see here.
You know, I didn't see that it was headbutt because I throw a right hand. I throw a right hand. When I throw a right hand and they get that cut, so I didn't see that it was headbutt. It wasn't headbutt. Trust me. It wasn't headbutt. You see that?
Were you nervous that you weren't ahead on points at the time of the stoppage?
Well, the fight was very tough, so I thought definitely I'm winning because my right, he can't control. And any punch he give me, I always protect, and my defensive is good.
Do you have any concern now that in spite of the fact that you gave the champion, the real welterweight champ, Antonio Margarito, such a tough fight the first time, as you clutch your belt, that you will not be now given the opportunity that Zab may have been given had he won the fight?
Well, he can say that he won the fight because it's boxing, but people, the judges are good. They know my side because I'm from Africa.
No, what I mean is, are you afraid that you may not get the next shot at Antonio Margarito?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful because Top Rank said that the battle have to be continued, so I'm expecting that battle to continue.
If you do not get the shot against Antonio Margarito, who out there do you want next?
I want to fight with the Bella boxer, Andre Berto, for a unify.
You and Andre Berto?
Yeah, I want him badly.
Congratulations. Excellent performance, Joshua.
I want to thank my team. They are really a team. They really do a lot of job, especially my brother and my trainer. Thank you very much. And I want to thank Bob Aaron for whatever he's been doing for me. Thank you very much, Top Rank.
Congratulations. Zab, congratulations on a tough fight and a tough performance. Zab, do you believe that the cut was opened by a punch or the headbutt?
I mean, we talked about this over and over and over again in room meetings and press conferences about the head. I mean, he had got disqualified in previous fights for having headbutts. So I strongly addressed this over and over and over, and you know, it happened again. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I thought I was up. I thought I threw the more punches. I mean, everyone knows Joshua Clottey blocks with his, you know what I'm saying, with his hands up. So, you know what I mean, I wasn't able to get through, but I threw a lot of punches and a lot of good combinations. And when he thought I was going to break down, I didn't.
Zab, I want you to take a look at what we saw, what Josh Clottey just commented on. Tell us what you see.
I see him holding me back of my head, hit me in the kidneys. I mean, I could go on and on, you know what I mean?
That appeared to be the punch that did it. If you watch your reaction, watch your reaction.
Max, I have had a tremendous, I have 15 world championships.
What about your reaction right here?
I have had 15 world, no, that's what.
I mean, it does appear that it was a punch that opened it.
Trust me, when I got hit in the head, I told the referee, you know what I mean? I mean, it could have been a small cut, and that punch could have opened it more.
It's academic because he, in fact, was up on the scorecards. Do you believe that you were up on the score?
I mean, the whole arena believes it, don't y'all? Look, it speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. The whole arena says I won this fight. I mean, like, come on, man. I mean, like, you know what? I just want to thank God for bringing me, my family here, bringing me out of this fight safely, and you know, I just leave my hands in God's hands. That's it.
Zab, you fought this fight in a more determined way maybe than I've ever seen you fight, in the sense that even as it seemed to get away from you a little bit in rounds 3 and 4, you stuck to your game plan. You never stopped trying to win the fight, and in fact were making it close even in the middle late rounds when people thought you would fade. What did you think was at stake here tonight?
I sacrificed myself for this training camp. I worked hard. I was in Vegas for a tremendous longer time, and I sacrificed myself from my family and from everything, and I went ahead and did my best, man. You know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, it just hurts, man. It hurts.
Zab, thanks for an excellent performance.
Thank you very much. Remember, Zab Super Judah, the people champion. Y'all know who I am.
We have the ringside physician here, Dr. James Game. What happened, doctor?
Well, the referee, Robert Bird, asked me to take a look at the cut above Zab's eye. Zab said he wasn't able to see, assuming that it was because of the blood. I removed the blood, looked at the laceration, said he could fight, but he insisted he couldn't see. I gave him a visual check 3 different times. He could not identify whether it was 2 fingers or 3 fingers, so I had to believe him that indeed he couldn't see, and that was the reason we stopped the fight.
Why was it okay for him to continue? It did look like the cut was in a bad spot right over the corner of the eye.
Because the reason that he couldn't see had nothing to do with the blood. I had removed the blood, and he still insisted he couldn't see.
Sounds like you don't believe him.
I believe he couldn't see at the time, yes.
Thank you, doctor.
You're welcome.
Bob.
All right, thank you very much, Max Kellerman. So the doctor thought that he could continue, but he didn't pass the test that he gave Zab Judah. Zab said he couldn't see. Lennox, with all due respect, Zab Judah obviously is an American. He's fighting here in Las Vegas. He's got a lot of family and friends. He summoned the crowd as support that he won the fight, but to that point in the fight, I think you would agree with the judges and Harold Letterman and all of us that Joshua Clottey was starting to take over the fight and gaining momentum, and Judah was getting broken up.
He was. I mean, Judah did a good job early on in the first few rounds, and when it came to the later rounds, you could see he was kind of wilting a little bit, and Joshua Clottey was imposing his will on him. And, you know, take nothing away from Zab. He boxed well. He did the right things, but, you know, he needed to keep that up. And now that the situation came up with a cut, I don't know. I think there's talk of a rematch.
Well, who knows about a rematch, Lennox? But, you know, Max, the replays clearly show a short punch to the inside where Judah's head gets snapped back and the cut opens up. Now, maybe there was a nick there. We could not really find a clash of heads in any of our replays that you would say, yeah, right there is where it started, then the punch finished it. Zab Judah fought a tremendous fight, but it wasn't good enough against a guy like Clottey. Now, what do you take out of Clottey now with this win? Is he ready to step into this landscape? The Paul Williams, he called out Andre Berto, Oscar De La Hoya, Antonio Margarito. Where does he fit in all of this?
Right at the top.
Because he's not a big money guy.
No, he's not, and unfortunately, if you had to look into the crystal ball, you'd assume that top welterweights, including Antonio Margarito, may not want, or the promoters may not want to get in there with Josh Clottey. He's capable of beating just about anyone. He was beating Margarito handily halfway through their fight, and who knows, maybe had his hands held up or had he been in feeling better, in better shape, maybe he could have beaten Margarito. Certainly a rematch, I think, is a pick'em kind of fight. One comment about Zab Judah, because I was probably foremost pulling his bandwagon early in his career. It's a shame that it took until this point in his career to watch him fight with that level of determination that we just saw. At no point in that fight was Zab Judah fighting just to show people, look, I'm still fighting back. He was actually trying to win, actually sticking to his game plan. He fought a tough, determined fight, but whether the fight was stopped because of an accidental butt or a real punch, it's academic. Josh Clottey was up on the scorecards, seemed to be getting stronger as the fight went on. And now in 2 consecutive weeks, we've seen Margarito over Cotto and now Clottey over Judah. I wouldn't say so much substance over style because I think there was plenty of substance from all 4 fighters. But in the end, who really does want it more? No one wants it more than Antonio Margarito, but Josh Clottey wants it a whole lot. And I wouldn't mind seeing those 2 get in there again.
And they did fight once before, as you mentioned, with Margarito winning a 12-round decision. And, you know, we started this evening off with the rebroadcast of Margarito Cotto, and you saw even when Cotto had his moments in the early parts of the fight that Margarito was breaking him down. Same thing kind of happened tonight with Zab Judah. There were moments in this fight where he looked good, he looked sharp, he worked the body, but it was Clottey blocking shots, it was Clottey pressing forward, and it was Clottey wearing down Zab Judah. Because of cuts, the fight has stopped, accidental clash of heads. But in the end, I think anybody that was watching got a sense that Joshua Clottey was starting to build the momentum and starting to wear down Zab Judah. Joshua Clottey gets another win on his resume, and a big one at that, in stopping Zab Judah and winning the decision in the 9th round after the accidental clash of heads. Well, for Max Kellerman and Lennox Lewis, Bob Papa, we hope you've enjoyed the rebroadcast of Margarito Cotto and Judah squaring off against Clottey. Coming up next on HBO, it's Generation Kill Part 3. If you missed any part of tonight's show, you can catch it again on HBO tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. or on HBO 2 tomorrow afternoon at 5 p.m. and Tuesday night at 1/4 midnight. So for our entire HBO crew, this is Bob Papa saying so long from Las Vegas, Nevada.
This has been a presentation of HBO Sports.